You heard that from
Centers
Jax
can
too?
hold. Oh, yeah, everyone can hold, especially Marcus. I don't know. He doesn't do it in games though. Not in games. At least I don't see it. It's not holding if it's not called.
How have you guys improved against the run where you're already good against it a year ago? But even if you take out all the pass rush, all the yards lost to sacks, you guys are still better against the run than a year ago.
Yeah, I think it's taking a lot of pride in it is the first step. We were definitely humbled the last time we played Oregon State towards the end of that season. We thought we were pretty good. All season last year we played the run very well, and then kind of got humbled at that last game, and that kind of set the tone for this season of how much we want to take pride in being not just good in the run game, but elite. And I think that's kind of what you've seen this year. We have a bunch of older guys who, this is their last chance, so you have no choice but to be elite in the run game. And when you stop the run, you earn the right to rush the passer, and that's kind of what we've been trying to do this whole year. Any team that we know is run heavy, it's make them one-dimensional. Take out the run, and they try to throw the ball, and it might not be their forte. So, and then against these passing teams, if you make them abandon their run game, now they're one-dimensional. All they're going to do is try to get it to their receivers, and you can kind of set up your defense schematically the way you want to.
What's it meant for this defense having Popo around for this season? I know he wasn't here was here last year, but not available.
Yeah, I mean, Popo is he's another seven-year guy, which is 7 years of wisdom, right? So I don't remember what the total amount of years we added up, but I know it's 50 plus for all the guys in our room if you add up how many years we've all played, or of all the vets in our room. But I mean, someone who's played a lot of snaps in football, someone who's been in this league, someone who's been here for a while, knows what it means to be an Oregon Duck. So for some of us transfers, we come in and we don't know that right away, and the first people we look to are the guys like Popo who've been here for a while and who know the standard of what it is to be a Duck. And just him being there for last year was tough. You can kind of see how upset he was when he got hurt, and then just the personality Popo was. He didn't know if he was coming back or not, and then he comes back, and you've seen on the field what he's been able to do for us. So it's awesome to have a room full of guys who are all exactly like that. And especially Popo coming back for his 7th year. A lot of guys would not want to do that. 7 years is a long time, so it shows us kind of what type of character Popo has when he comes back. And it's very fun to be lined up next to him in a game. And, I give him a ride to the practice every day. So my morning starts with Popo and it ends with Popo. So it's been a really fun relationship to develop with Popo, and I look forward to seeing what we can do this year and have that relationship throughout life.
What is when you have the volume of guys that you do, just the way the snap counts have been, where sure it helps in some ways, but how do you see it pay off, Casey? Because on one hand, like, you all want to play as much as possible.
Yeah.
And at the same time, when you're 7 and 8 deep, it's hard to let everybody eat, but you're all leading.
Yeah. So the cool thing is that you got to have that team first mentality when it comes to that, because it's really easy to say, oh, I want all the snaps. Each and every one of the guys in our room, like you said, we all want as many snaps as we can get. But if it's more beneficial to go 20 piece a game and have fresh rushers or fresh guys on the field, while the other teams are either going tempo, I mean, their old linemen don't come off the field. So if we can rotate and have fresh guys on the field, it's such an advantage. And I think you're seeing kind of how that benefits us in a game is, we'll go a series of 6, and then the next guys are going out and they're completely fresh. Or there'll be a long series, and those old linemen have their hands on their hips and they're struggling to breathe, and then we'll roll a bunch of fresh guys who just got a gulp of Gatorade and been sitting for a little bit, who are completely fresh. So that's just kind of the great thing about having as many guys as we do who can play, is that there's not a big drop off between the first group and the second group and the third group and the fourth group. We can all go out and we can all produce, which is great, and it takes the pressure off the coaches. It's not like they got to really game plan who's going out there when and what they're going to do. It's kind of like, all right, we have 8 guys who can go out there and produce and make plays. So it's very free flowing, and it's really been enjoyable. I've been a part of teams where there's 3 guys who kind of have to take most of the majority of the reps, and as nice as it is taking the majority of those reps, sometimes just getting tired and stuff like that, you put yourself at more of a risk for big plays when your best players are exhausted than you would having guys who are fresh coming in eight guys deep. So it's been pretty cool to have this rotation.
Can you feel that on the game, just the depth making an impact at a point in the game where you just feel like the opponents are just feeling it and they're getting tired?
Yeah, I mean, I think you could see it almost every game. Just at the end of every game, we're still fresh. I mean, there's times where there might be guys who don't play as much in the first half who come out and play 20 snaps in the second half when their guys are exhausted. We're able to kind of play around with that, which is kind of cool. So yeah, you definitely feel it as a veteran player. It's kind of cool just being relatively fresh for longer drives and later in games. You just feel like you can do more when other guys or when the other team can't.
When was the last time you saw the swinging gate in a game, whether it be high school or college?
I don't think I don't remember any. Oh, actually, I think Washington did a swinging gate last year. We saw a lot of tackle over versus UCLA. Now it seems like the thing to do on two-point conversion. So, it's one of those things in football. It's like the theme of the year. I feel like this year, they come out of left field sometimes, these crazy formations, and it's kind of just completely taken over college football this year. So I mean, it's something that we're prepared for. It's something that we're ready for, it adds a little bit more excitement to the game, I guess. So yeah, it'll be fun.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yep, appreciate it.